Today we're back on this trailer. We have some upgrades to do. Now, we've used this, I want to say 3 weekends. We had tons of fun in it. Everything worked good. The number one thing I shouldn't have done is put this shitty toolbox on here. And the reason I say that is we stopped briefly one time on a trip just to use the restroom at a Home Depot. Granted, we are in Washington, so there's a lot of tweakers around, but they decided that they wanted to try and see what I had in here. I fixed it. I think if you just pull up on this hard enough, because of the way it's built, really poor design, I would not recommend it. Come on. Okay. These are just like kind of riveted to the plastic. So I have fixed it. Bolted there. Bolted there. Through bolted that one, but really the only thing we ever really kept in this was that floor mat, and then in my new toolbox we kept empty water jugs, a bucket, extension cord. Really, it wasn't anything important, and they probably saw that when they yanked up on this and broke it. I didn't know this happened until we got home, so whatever. We're going to fix it right. I ended up getting this big, huge toolbox, which is probably going to be too much, but whatever. This was on Gov Deals. For the price I paid for that, which was probably over $200 shipped, garbage, this was $400 on Gov Deals. I have tried to polish a lot of it out. There's some scratches. This box was intriguing to me mainly because, let's get it opened. It goes all the way through, and it's vented. And then this one's going to turn into just, you know, lightweight storage. And this one will all be cooking stuff. So first things first, let's get this toolbox off, get this one mounted, and then that will create more problems because this jack will no longer work. So we're going to put that one on. Oh yeah, we also found out it needs some more stability. So I have some stabilizing stuff that we're going to also weld to the front. And, oh, it sucks sleeping on the floor. Now, I think I may have covered it in the build series, whatever. Originally we were going to use a blow-up mattress in here. I don't suggest it. You may as well sleep on the floor, it's so hard. So we found a mattress like this at my parents' in their attic. Then we went and purchased this memory foam. But it's very difficult to have this bed even rolled up in the corner. So my idea is we're going to take all this crap that I mounted to the wall off, and I'm going to build a aluminum bed frame that will fold up against the wall all the way to the ceiling, which means I have to move that fire alarm, which is fine. And it should also create a place to sit at this table that folds up and down. That should solve 99% of our issues, but the toolbox is our biggest thing, so let's get on that. Alright, this is trash. Well, there it is. Looks a little obnoxious, but that's fine. Another bonus to this thing, coming up and climbing up these things is great, except trying to get up and clean that solar panel up there. I think I can stand on this. Now, this is my dilemma. Let me show you, it's hard to see. This all works fine. There's plenty here, but I'm gonna open this. I mean, yeah, you could make it work. I don't think I could get anything big in here that actually would fit. But this needs to go. So I've come up with this style. Now, I think the only thing I need to be concerned about is making it low enough. I want it down about like that. That way when I pivot this up, that should ride like that. Okay, I let that cool, but while it's cooling, I think I need to find some angle iron, make little angle iron wings, one on each side. But I don't want to attach this box to this box. I think they should be able to move a little bit independently. So I only want it bolted straight down. Alright, I need to do some paint prep, and I'm going to get this prepped. These are going to be welded. Okay, where did I decide they're going to go? They're going to go under there somewhere. I got to get this jack out of the way and some other stuff, but I'm just going to get those welded. Now when we're parked somewhere, I think being able to remove that jack totally, having those down, hopefully would prevent somebody from trying to break the lock and take this, since there's no way to jack it up unless they have a jack. So just a little caution. Plus, this was a little shaky, but the back ones aren't down. So once everything's down, it'll be really sturdy. Nothing like a little bed liner on your paint on a rainy day. Alright, I want to get this thing mounted before it gets too much later, or we drowned out here in the rain. I already got everything pre-drilled. I put some like foam rubber stuff between the steel of the tongue and the aluminum will help. Alright, toolbox is mounted. I need to move on to getting this bed, whatever we're going to do with it. So I purchased some 1x1 aluminum here. I've already done some like preliminary stuff and got my spool gun out. Now, can't see it very well, but I'm going to attempt to just build this, some stringers, and then have some other sketches here and how it's going to look when we're done. I don't have a fancy program. I'm just going to get to work. I need to make sure these are the same length, and then figure out, we got to square it up, and I really hope it tacks good. This stuff is super, super thin. I mean, and I did that for lightweight, and I believe when I'm done it'll be strong enough for 2 people. I guess we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way, since all my tools are all magnetic. All right, I'm gonna give her a few tacks here and hope I don't blow it apart. Alright, the way I figured out this spacing is I'm going to do a 12-inch gap all the way down, and then I'm going to have one support bar here that's closer to the edge because our legs are going to be on this one. Well, I got some of this frame done. I just kind of wanted to hopefully get my idea across in here. Now, this eventually will stick out a little bit to account for the mattress. I need to still build some sort of a frame to where when this drops down, it's going to be off the ground, obviously. But I need to be able to capture that mattress all the way around. And I got to reinforce at least this front one, if not this one also. So I bought some angle iron. I'm going to weld to the bottom of at least this one. And possibly, I don't know, I got to reinforce a little bit because I don't want anything on the top of this, so we can sit on this at the table. It will clear this winch for the door when it comes down, and when it's against the wall, it's not going to stick out so far to where you can't use this. So up or down, you should still be able to lift and lower this door. Well, I couldn't figure out a better way to do that than that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have a couple extra pieces down here. Now these are going to be like little kick downs once I get the measurements correct, and then I'll put one more brace down to this piece on each side. But now I got to spend a couple hours. Got to get some of these stickers off. Got to get everything lined up here. It looks fairly. That end down there needs to come out. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this squared up, get all this tacked, and get these pieces put in. I think after that we can then build the swing down legs. This side is going to be a little different than that one. I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyways, we'll get there. Let's get this done. Alright, I went ahead and knocked all the welding out, grinding it down, making it look kind of pretty. This will be folded up higher up here, so we need to make a drop down leg. I think I'm gonna hope this is gonna be where that should be. It's not a bad deal. It says 14.5, so we're gonna give ourselves some wiggle room and do 14. We're gonna minus 8. So we need a leg that's 6 inches. I think I'm just going to mimic this back rail. And then I think on this side I'm going to have it kick in. That way when this is down you won't bash your toe into it, because, well, you know, that always sucks. And then, let's see. Oh, then we got to build a hinge. Nobody had any hinges that I liked, so I just bought some flat bar, some just aluminum tube, and some solid round bar. And this fits in there pretty nice, and I mean, it's not machine fit, but it's not what we're going for. I think we're going to attach a hinge in all 3 of these steel beams that come up in this trailer for this to pivot down on. I don't know what I'm going to do for the leg yet. I know I don't need the flat bar, depending on how much of this crap is left over, because I think each one of these hinges is going to be about 3 inches total of each of this, and I didn't buy very much, so I'm going to have to go get some more. Anyways, yeah, let's get this leg built, and then see if we can get it mounted so we can start laying out our slats, because I still think I'm going to have some kind of a support in between these, because these are still pretty flexible, but I'm not sure yet. Oh, and I do have a piece of angle iron that I'm going to weld across the bottom of a couple of these, maybe this one, and then these next 3. And then maybe I won't have to weld any supports this way, because I'm trying to avoid that. Alright, let's get to building. Alright, well, I need to admit defeat. I was going to attempt to build my own hinges out of this, but being this aluminum is so thin, kind of blowing through it here and there.
Instead, I dug through all my shit and I found a long piano hinge that I'm going to use for this little kick down leg that I got done. That side's tapered in. That way you don't stub your toe, because that always sucks. Get up in the middle of the night, crawl in your bed and stub your toe. This one I'm just going to screw to the back, and if it don't work, we'll fix it down the road. It's not a big deal. I happen to have a short little piece of heavier stuff. It's okay hinge material, but whatever. We are going to cut this down into sections about like this, 3 of them, because there's only 3 spots I could bolt to. We're just going to hope the best. Oh, and then we're going to get the boards ready. Right? I think that's it. Oh, and paint it. We're almost done. Let's get it going. Alright. I think from there I'm going to stagger it all the way down and see how it works. Alright, now that it's mounted, we need to test to make sure it clears that thing and the ceiling. Ooh. Oh, barely clears. Oh yeah, what about that? Lucky for me, made it adjustable. Alright, that was important to me right there. Okay, what's another thing? Table. We gotta make sure it clears the table. Not that it matters, but when you're camping somewhere, this is about the only indoor surface I have to pack shit, so. Oh, barely. Okay. That's 2 things. Now, I have this big thing on the door. We got to make sure it clears. Whew, hot damn. Okay. Now that funny little kick out I made on this, the leg, is so you don't bang your toe into it. Also, it allows us to keep our little runner carpet in here. I have not figured out yet how I'm going to keep it against the wall. But now that this part's done, we also have to do some woodwork. So let's go look at that, and I'm going to get that done before I get this too far. Alright, I'm going to take some time. I got these boards for free. I'm going to pull the nails, and we're going to rip them down into, like, I don't know, 3-inch slats, and then plane them smooth and stain them, and then those are going to be mattress support for that frame. So that's next. We'll get on that. Okay, I'm hoping these boards help me here since I built this lightweight. The deflection of this, I don't even want to stand fully on this because that's pretty bad. I'm hoping these help me. I'm going to space them a little bit. I think once they're screwed down, I may still weld a reinforcement on this one. Alright, I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, but
I think I'm only going to start out by bolting the two ends of the boards to begin with this strange taper style, and we're going to riv nut it. And then I have not drilled those boards yet, so that's going to be next. It's going to take forever. Here's what the bed will look like. Now, I had a couple of different ways to pin this up. This is the only one that really makes sense, because once I get blankets and whatever else on this bed, it needs to be kind of adjustable, I guess. So, to go from dinner mode to bed mode, we take our pillows, stack them on the shitter. And bed mode. Don't mind our tie-dye, we tried to bleach it. And then that's it. Okay. Go back to dinner mode or travel mode. Now, I can also use this, put our towels on to dry if we're not using it. And then if this is down and we still want to do towels, we could always put this strap back up. Strap's not level, mainly because the crank's in the way. And then the only place over here that had metal was here. Otherwise I had to go all the way out here. I think we should weigh how much tongue weight we have. We can go 700 pounds max according to what's on this. So let's have a scale hooked up. And I'm going to lift. Alright, so it says 465. And honestly, I think we have pretty much everything in there that we're going to need, except for a few things in this back toolbox and some other weight that's going to actually be behind the axles. I think that's going to be it for this upgrade, because there's some other stuff I need to do to this trailer, but we have a trip planned, so I'll put out another video that's camper upgrades. So thanks for watching this one.